Hello, welcome back and Happy New Year. Can you believe it's 2025? I think that is so cool. And today we're talking about feminine manifestation. How to manifest the feminine way. I mean, everyone you see out there is doing all this goal setting stuff and I don't know, we need to hustle and achieve and get this done and check this off and hit these boxes and hit these, sales goals or whatever they are. And that is all amazing too. But I think we sometimes forget that there is a feminine part of the manifestation process as well. You know, everything in life has the masculine and the feminine. Even looking at the beginning of a religious book, there was the man and the woman. And every culture kind of knows this, with the yin and yang that they talk about, or night and day, or just this duality concept, right? And yeah, so the masculine and feminine is in everything. Think of masculine as the structure, and the feminine is the content inside. Okay, so we need the structure, like with money. You need the masculine because that's what holds the money, like you being able to have a bank account and an investment portfolio and putting your money in those places. But the feminine, that's what calls the money in. So you need both of them, right? Otherwise, it's like someone who can write a check but doesn't have the money, and then someone who has the money but can't write a check. It's like if you could just get them both together, there'd be fireworks, right? So let's talk about feminine manifestation, how to make 2025 your dream year. So I'm going to tell you some feminine energetics first, and then I'll take you guys through my process this year. So drop in. I know we can get so in our heads, but feel your body. Feel the chair that you're sitting on, feel it contacting you, and relax into it. The chair does not need your help to be holding yourself up. And I can find myself doing this a lot sometimes, where you're just on the bed or in your chair or trying to go to sleep, and you're just clenching yourself above it, right? No, you can relax. It will hold you. Okay, so now that you're kind of more dropped in, I'll give you 3 things. So probably write these down because these are super powerful, okay? 1, what do I deeply desire? And feel it. You will feel your heart expanding. You'll just feel this opening, okay, when you feel that. So think about, what do I deeply desire? And immediately afterwards, you might feel oh, I can't have that or all this. So just be aware of that. But just know if you have that initial feeling, you're on the right track. Okay, now, number 2, what's in your mind that you want? And feel it. This is a huge thing. Feel it, okay? Because the universe doesn't speak English, okay? So it's not like when we're praying or thinking that necessarily that everything is responding to us or hearing us in English. Okay, kind of tap into that. I feel like God is at this different frequency and level, it's in a different dimension. I mean, I don't even think, you're going to speak English in heaven pretty much. You know what I mean? So kind of tap into that. God and everybody else, they feel your frequency. Like the feeling that those thoughts are making in you. Okay? So I know this probably sounds Lulu, but I'm not taking it from New Age concepts, okay? You can take this from religion too. So just think about that. When you're praying to God and you're just so thankful and appreciative and your heart is open, you just feel this certain way. Imagine how God is taking that versus another time where you're just absolutely hating on somebody and just pure hate and anger and bitterness and resentment. And then take that feeling and what that's sending to God and everybody else, right? Those are 2 totally different frequencies, we can call them, right? Like how radio is a frequency, or things like that. So feel into what you actually want. And when you can Take some quiet time, shut your eyes and think of that and write it down. And then write down, what beliefs would this person have? Okay, like the woman or that has all the things that you want. Like if you were her, what beliefs does she have? And write those down. And now, feel this every morning and throughout the day. Set alarms on your phone. Feel like the bodily sensation of that. Like of being in gratitude and your heart opening, just like this. Or you just being like loving someone and just like when your heart just like opens. And I'm not just saying like love as in romantic ways, but just like when you're just in love with God, or like you just love your child, or things like that. We already know what this feeling is. It's just we feel it for such short amounts of time and then go back to like negative patterns. So what we're trying to do is expand our capacity to feel those feelings for longer and longer periods of time. Okay, like instead of for 1 second, can we expand it to 3 seconds? And then from there, can we expand it to 10 seconds? And then maybe can you feel it for a minute at a time? And then just keep working it up from there. And then pretty soon you'll find you're living in that state. And that's what we're all going to try to attain to this year. So anyways, those things are super, super powerful. So definitely do that. I have that written on top of my like diary for the year, and I'm going to copy it over every month so I remember. So you guys can do the same thing if you want. Okay, now we're going to talk about the vision board. So I know you're probably thinking that everybody's talking about a vision board, and when you hear someone from religion saying it, they're going to just say that, you know, without a vision, the people perish, like so cliche, right? And I get that, but there is so much more behind a vision board, because it truly is, like without a vision, the people perish. And people without a vision, like just any particular person, they start dying when they don't have something they're going forward towards, okay? And we see that all the time, like what's happening with the kids in the school system and stuff, or young adults today. They have no goals, they have nothing that they're attaining towards, so now they're just like flailing around in life, and then get onto, you know, addictions and you know, and having no purpose or drive, and it's really sad. So you need a vision. And if you don't have a vision for your life, other people are going to have a vision for your life. And I have been starting to see that so much more true in my life now than I ever have before. Like your boss has a vision for your life. Your family has a vision for your life. And and it's not a vision for you. It's going to be a vision that's going to be helping them. So what you have to decide is, are you okay with going forward with their vision? Or do you need to be making a vision for your life and be following that so that you're happy and fulfilled? And of course, keeping your family and work and everything involved with it, but just not letting them lead your whole life, okay? And if you don't know where you're going, everybody else has a plan that will be helping them for where you should go, okay? So that's the scary part, and that's why having a vision is so important. So, you know, keep your health. I heard this from in a sermon, and I was like, this is so good, from like a long time ago. He was saying, keep your health, your healed self as a vision. Keep it in your mind all the time. And, you know, and then I was listening to, when I was at church last, the title was Stepping into the Vision. And he was saying, you know, like God's vision for your life, you know, he has wonderful things. It's not necessarily in the worldly way, but there are, you know, there is a vision that God has of who you are made to be. And so step into that vision, you know, step into it. And I just think that's such a wonderful concept to think about. If like, I want to just like set aside some time and just think about that. Like, what does it mean to step into the vision? I think that's beautiful. And for exactly how to create a vision board, if you want, because that will help you keep your mind focused on what you want. And so I have a piece of paper where I have it divided into 4 places. Top left I have as love, and I have a picture that really speaks to me, and a few points of what, you know, I need to feel and embody and become to have that. And then on the top right, I have my health and fitness goals. Bottom right, I have, let's see, what is there? Oh yeah, my spiritual goals. And then on the bottom left, I have money, like income, investing, that type of thing. So just have a picture and a few key points. You don't need to have like this huge plastering or make it this huge hard thing to do. The whole thing about all of this is to keep it easy, okay? Especially if you're like a high achiever like me, and also when you're like a perfectionist and type A and like all of these things where you just like have to do everything to the nth, like you have to do everything perfect and go all out in absolutely everything, and you make everything way more difficult than it needs to be. Like, stop it, cut it out, okay? Cut it out, and don't make it that way. Let it be so easy. Keep it simple so that you can be consistent with it every day, okay? It gets to be easy. Say that to yourself 1,000,000 times a day. I say that to myself extremely often every day. Because yes, that's how you do it the feminine way, okay? Otherwise you will burn yourself out and make yourself sick. And you don't want to go there. It is no fun. Also, I was going to say, if you want to know exactly how to do this whole vision board process and creating the vision for your life and figuring out what it is for you, I have an amazing module on it in my course, Divinely Favored, which is down below. It is absolutely life-changing. I know I keep saying that, but everything that I've done to completely like turn my life around is in that course, okay? And it is on sale till tonight because I'm going to end it January 1st. So if you guys want to do it, grab it. It is at an amazing price. You won't regret it, okay? I'm going to like go through that again too. I have all my notes from all the things I put in there, and I'm going to be going through them today. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you my routine of what I do for the new year. And I've been doing this for the past 4 years now. I was going to say 3. But the first thing I do is before the new year, I get a journal, a diary. I got it at Walmart. I got it was like an inspirational, like devotional one where it just like has a Bible verse on it and on the front cover. And I liked it. It was really pretty. But just get one that speaks to you and makes you happy to look at it. And I like mine where they have like a calendar type thing in the front of it. And that's just where I write the main points that happened that day. And that's another thing. Keep it easy when you're doing your diary and everything. Because I used to make it where I needed to write like so much like every day. And then I just like would not do it. Okay, so just make it really easy so you can stay consistent. And so in the new diary, in the notes part in the back, I write down all the things I accomplished in the previous year. So I go back through the diary that I'd kept for that year, and I write down like all the big things that happened, all the big breakthroughs I had, all the things I accomplished. And when you, all the big things I learned. And then when you go back and look at it, it's like, wow, you know, you remember certain things. You're like, wow, God really helped me through this. And it's just really amazing, okay? Because you need to know where you've come from and what you've done so you can, you know, set the intention for the next year and be grateful and excited for it. Because you really have accomplished more than you think, okay? And then I write goals under each category. So on another page, on the front page actually of that diary, I write my goals for each thing of all the different parts of life. And I don't do it as goals as in like these very masculine, like exact type of goals. I do it as what I need to be doing every day to get to my dream place, okay? Because that's what's in the course, is you kind of write your total dream of like, you kind of like go to the end of your life and you're like, okay, what do I want to have said about my life, or what do I want to feel, you know, when I'm at the end of my life? And now then you reverse engineer and then you take it down to the daily level. Okay, what do I need to be doing every day to be able to have that end goal? And so I have that for health, business, spiritual wise, fitness, money, all the different categories of, in your life. And it's more of like the day-to-day. So like for relationships, for my day-to-day that I read this every morning, and I'm going to try to be very consistent with that this year. I just have like very few things. It's not like this thing of like get married. Like, no, it's what do I need to be getting good at for that to happen type thing. Or if you are married, you can always just be using this to take it to the next level, right? So like what I have is, be present, don't be triggered, just keep a relaxed nervous system for that. Never speak negative about anybody. Keep an open heart. Always stay positive. Always speak positive. The first thing I have written is think before I speak, which I've gotten so much better at. I've had that written there for like 3 years, because before I would get myself in trouble because I would just like say what was on my mind, and even if I knew it was like kind of negative or would hurt somebody's feelings, like I would just say it, and that never got me into good places. So now I think, before I speak, and I'm like, is this actually helpful to say or not really? And when I was younger, I'd gotten this sheet that said think before you speak. And it said think stands for, each letter stood for something. So the T stands for, is it thoughtful? The H is for, is it helpful? The I is for, is it inspiring? The N was for, is it necessary? And the K was for, is it kind? And if it doesn't follow any of those, then don't say it. And it would also help if you don't think it either. Because doing right is doing our duty to God. But if you think right, you're doing your duty to yourself. And when I heard that a while back, it was from another sermon, like, a whole bunch of years ago, I was like, oh my, that is so, so good. Okay, so start thinking right. It's not just about controlling what you say, because if it's inside of you, you're still gonna be in like this wrestling match, and people are gonna feel you being off. It's all about being right inside, and it comes out on the outside. Okay. So write goals under each category and the things that you'll do or be each day to get there, because that's the feminine, right? How are you being? And so I wrote, see, these aren't checkmark goals. These are daily practices to become who I want to be. The daily is what gets you there. So instead of like having this goal for YouTube or whatever to be like, I want to get 100,000 subscribers or whatever. No, I have it like I need to post daily, or on YouTube I need to post at least bi-weekly of videos or things like that, where it's not checkmark goals. It's just who you need to be to get or become who you want to be, right? Get to where you want. So do what your dream woman does every day. Do what the dream woman does every day, and you'll become her, right? So I lay all of this out in my course, and I just think it would just be so amazing if you guys could like go through that. It would be so good for men or women alike. That module is so good. It's my favorite. So another thing that I do is on the left hand of my diary, and it has the whole calendar of like all the dates, and that's pretty much all I use, just putting the main points. And on the left, it has this like little area you can write on, and like of things that I need to do, which I put down, but I also have like this little box I make, and it says the main goals. So for me, my main goals are to not do any screens at night, and I have a couple other things for like habits, where I just have like don't touch your face, because that's one thing that I have like struggled with, where you just mess with your face, and I just want to like stop that habit. So you have like things you want to do and things you don't want to do. Okay, things that you're gonna like cut out of your life. So goals aren't necessarily things that you're adding on. A goal can be things that you are cutting out also. So remember that. And also I have this little thing where I write down for each month and it's called I'm Currently. And it's like a whole bunch of different things. It's I'm currently celebrating, excited about, reading, listening to, cooking, dreaming, feeling. Wow, my throat is so dry. Okay. So, it's just so fun to go back and look and see where you've been, or like what you were eating at those times, and like how you aren't eating those things anymore, like when you look at it towards the end of the year or whatever it is. So I really like that. That used to be in a journal that I used to have when I was younger, and I just loved that part of it. And yeah, so keep it simple. In your diary, your journal, your daily thing, keep it simple for your diary. Keep it easy. And if something big happens, then you can totally journal it. Like if I have a dream or something special happens, I will journal everything out. Or if my brother has this like really crazy, amazing story of something he's done, I audio record it and then I type it out and put in a little book that I'm making for him, and his kids and stuff. So, you can always write down the big things, but just keep the daily simple. Okay, so my best advice to you is do the thing now, okay? Just say, tell whoever you need to tell it to, not necessarily in a permission way, but just being like, hey, I'm doing this, and do it, okay? Stop being so scared of what everybody and their brother is going to think. And this is a hard one. It's a hard one for me, but it's something that I've definitely done for some big things in the past year. And they were things that I was so scared to do, but I just decided and I went for it. And at that point, no one can hold you back. Once you decide something and it's written in stone in the universe, nothing can stand in your way. But you just have to get to that point. And so I had with a few things in the past year, and I totally went for it, and it's been amazing. You have to be solid in what you're doing in yourself before you tell other people. Because if you kind of tell it in a wishy-washy, should I not type thing, people will pick up on that and just be like, no, you shouldn't do that. That's a bad idea, whatever. But then you can come back with the same exact thing, super confident, and you just be like, I'm doing it anyway. And they'll accept it, or they'll have to accept it, right? So yeah, be savage in that sense. Bring more of that part out of you. It can be a divine part of you. You're not doing it to hurt people, but you're doing things to stay true to yourself. Instead of just doing what everybody else wants and following in the crowd. So my best advice for the do the thing now, just say it, but do it. What is something that scares you? You think you can't do it or have it, but deep down you would love to. It makes you so excited to think about. You just want it. Do that. Okay, I did that this past year. It was totally amazing. Write down what are those things for you this year, and then make a point to just do it. What your future self would already be having, start doing those things now, okay? Because the future has already happened, so just bring it to the now. It will make you work through your limiting beliefs, because when you write this down, you're gonna think that, no, I really can't have that. No, I'm not even going to write it down because that's just not even possible. You'll have a whole bunch of limiting beliefs come up. And if you want the exact skill set to work through those that you will use for the rest of your life, and it is such an amazing skill set to have. Most people don't. It's in my course, same one down below, Divinely Favored, and it will completely change how you attack life. It is so, so good. And I currently still use the same thing. And sometimes it'll take you a little bit of time to work through a limiting belief. And other times it'll be really fast. And other times you have to do it multiple times, and you're I thought I already got rid of this thing and it's coming back. And you just keep going. Inner work happens in layers. And that's what's beautiful about it. Yeah. So now we're going to talk about visualizing and actually creating your dream life. See my course on how to visualize and start living out your dream life. It is all in there. And I just think what's so amazing is there's so many things that I have manifested, that God has given me in my own life. Like things where I just thought that, oh, I'll just save this for dress up days. Now I wear those types of outfits every day. Like now it's my daily. Or things that I was like, oh, I'll just have to wait till I'm married to like wear this or be like this. And I'm like, no, I'm going to be like exactly how I would be then. Start doing those things now. Being comfortable with yourself, dressing a certain way, wearing beautiful things, all of that. Do that now. Don't wait. Because you doing it now is what will call that thing in. If you're going to wait to lose weight for that time when you meet somebody, no, it's not going to happen. You need to start doing that now. And that's another thing. Like one thing that's just been like so amazing in my life is for the longest time, for the goal thing that I tell you guys to write of like a don't do this type thing. Like for me, it's like not to do screens at night. For the longest time for me, it used to be eat healthy and no sweets. And now I don't even have to like praise God, I don't even have to like worry about that anymore. Like sweets don't even entice me. I don't like the feeling of them on my teeth. Like it makes them fuzzy. I don't like how I feel after I eat them. It makes me break out. Like now I just like have an aversion to them almost. Like of course I'll enjoy a little bit sometimes. Like around Christmas time, I enjoyed some pumpkin pie and stuff. Just the feeling. Don't eat the crust. That's another thing. Stay away from grains. Grains are inflammatory. And inflammation is the #1 cause of aging and disease and Alzheimer's and all kinds of things. But you can enjoy some things a little bit. But I just think it's so funny how now I'm at the point I don't even like it anymore. And that's what's so amazing about visualizing and tapping into your dream self. Like who she would be, what she would like, what she wouldn't like. Because then at a certain point in time, you find out you're actually being her in those certain areas. And it's just the coolest thing. So that's what I'm telling you guys. This stuff in the course, it works. I've transformed my health, my femininity, family life, like getting along and just having great relationships with them all. Like it used to be like so difficult and I'd be triggered like all the time. And now I can like have like an open heart and love and so many more skill sets that I have now to where those things that used to be huge things in the past aren't even a thing anymore. It's like they're completely different people. It is the craziest thing. And it all boils down to all the problems in your life are down to you because you're like manifesting them and creating them. You're a co-creator in them, which I didn't like hearing at first, but then it gives you the power to know that you can change those things. I've also transformed, my ability to love, my looks even, confidence, money for sure, and investments. Like that has just been like absolutely amazing. This vision board stuff, it works. And the key to that is being, okay? Be. Feel how you would if you already had it. Be how you would if you already had it. That is the key. Law of attraction is what you'll see going around a lot. And actually, law of attraction is just a fact of the universe, which is from religious books. Like it's in the Bible. And it's just really funny that the New Age and everything will take it in like a certain way, which there's lots to learn from it too. But actually, if you look, like I know a lot of like religious people don't talk about it, so then you never know. But actually the key concepts in the Bible are that, okay? And it's just the most amazing thing. Like stepping into the vision, becoming who you're meant to be, knowing that God is working for you, not against you. And that what you think you attract. Like if you're thinking evil and everything towards your neighbor and everything, like you're not going to be getting good things back. I mean, or like just not holding anger in your heart. Like in the Bible where it says, don't let the sun go down on your anger. It says be angry, but don't let the sun go down on it. So that's the thing. It's not about not feeling your feelings. Like, no, you need to feel them. Don't push them away. Allow yourself to feel them. Invite them in. Tell the feeling like, I'm not going to push you away. I'm going to hold you and we're going to feel this. And it can be scary. You don't know how long it's gonna be, but just be like, I don't mind how long it's gonna be. I'm gonna feel you. Because that's all emotions want. They need to be felt and then they'll leave. And it honestly is way faster than you'd think. When you let yourself feel it, it only probably takes like 2 minutes. Something big might take half an hour, 3 hours at the most. I mean, it's crazy. These things that we run from our whole entire lives just need to be felt for like 2 minutes or like half an hour. It's pretty crazy. And it's so cool at the same time once you figure that out. So I'm going to leave you guys with this one last verse that someone had told me. It's in Psalms, I think Psalms 146, verse 3, I think. Anyways, you can look it up. It says, He binds the brokenhearted. So you have to act and be like your heart was never broken in the first place. You know, like it never happened in the first place. And to do that, you have to do the inner work and release and everything. But then decide you get to be healed now. You get, so that you can go after what you want. Decide that all the things in your past, they don't define you anymore. Just decide you can be healed now, and now you can go for the relationship you want, the family that you want, the friends that you want, the career, the money, like everything. Just decide to be healed. It's just a decision. Feel the things through, do the process, do the inner work. My course is amazing for that. And then keep going. Decide you're healed and you get to have those things. So I hope that helped you guys. This was so fun to make. Really just like makes my heart sing, like all of these topics. And I hope it helped you guys. Definitely drop down in the comments what stood out to you the most. And yeah, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.